Hey, what's going on, guys? So I just had this interesting thought. It's currently 5 a.m. and I was just thinking about this like the last hour or two, and I'm deciding to make a video about it. And I want to know what you guys think. So, it's no secret that things aren't how they used to be. And in this video, I'm specifically talking about interactions online when playing video games. Trash talk. People always bring up the MW2 days. People say things like, you would never have survived an MW2 lobby. Basically what they mean is, back in the day, people were saying all kinds of crazy things online, and it wasn't just MW2, it was other games too, but like MW2 was a very popular game at the time, and people were saying all kinds of crazy, off-the-wall, barbaric, ruthless things in these MW2 lobbies. And when people see other people getting offended by like the littlest things nowadays, like somebody called them a naughty word online, that person might say, oh, you would have never survived an MW2 lobby. And I've always kind of agreed with that most of the time. In certain situations, I'll see somebody getting offended over like the littlest things, or things that just really don't even matter. Like most people would be able to just, I don't know about most people, but a lot of people would be able to just shrug it off and not care. But these people, they're getting so, upset or triggered by it. And, when somebody says, oh, that person wouldn't have survived an MW2 lobby where people were saying everything and anything, I usually kind of agree with that. But, I'm having some different thoughts now. We prop these MW2 lobbies, and first, let me say this real quick about like the whole notion of MW2 lobbies being the worst of the worst trash talk you've ever heard. A lot of people say there's a difference between trash talk and being racist or sexist or homophobic or whatever. And it's not about like being racist or sexist or any of that, right? It's not about that. That's not what it is. Like some people say, oh, you're just mad you can't be openly racist anymore. No, it's not that. It really isn't. It was just the fact that anybody and everybody, they could say whatever they wanted, right? They could say anything. And guess what? Surprise, some people were dicks. Some people said some bad shit, like offensive shit. But that was the thing. It was just like anybody could say whatever they want, and there was no repercussions for it, right? You weren't getting punished, and at the end of the day, it was fine, right? It was just naughty words online. And most people who glorify those days of online trash talk where you were able to say whatever you wanted and you didn't face any consequences, most people are not glorifying those times because they were able to say sexist and racist and really hateful things online. It wasn't that. It was just the point that anybody can say whatever they want online, playing a video game, trash talking, without being canceled. And a lot of people, they don't have a problem with people who say homophobic or sexist or racist or any other kind of hateful shit online. They don't have a problem if they get banned. They don't care. They're fine with that. They're cool if racist and sexist and things like that get banned. There's a lot of people who would like to see those type of comments completely expelled from online trash talk. And like, listen, you're not gonna hear me throwing a fit if somebody gets banned for saying the N-word. I'm not gonna get on here and be like, this is bullshit. He should be able to say whatever he wants. This is so wrong. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not. But I still feel like if it was up to me, if it was really up to me, I would just let people say whatever the fuck they wanted, and that's it. You just say whatever you want. I'm not gonna punish you for saying shit online. There would be a few exceptions to that. I have to really think about it, but like, yeah, for the most part, just I'd let people say whatever they want. If they want to be dicks, if they want to be racist, if they want to be sexist, then let them be. Let them out themselves, or whatever. That's really my take on it. But anyways, with that being said, now I want to get to this new thought that I had a couple hours ago. So people always talk about MW2 lobbies and how ruthless they were, and they say they tell people you wouldn't have survived an MW2 lobby back in the day. And so I started thinking, and nowadays you will see a lot of people getting exposed on social media. That's a common thing now. Cancel culture, right? Not only digging up things that you've said in the past, but even if you say something nowadays, you say the wrong thing online, some people, they'll take to Twitter, right? They'll share it around. Many people might see it. Sometimes they even go to your employer. They even go to where you work and try to get you fired, try to get you canceled for things you said online. And when it comes to that, when it comes to like taking a clip of something they said in a video game and putting it on Twitter and exposing them, and then even going as far to get their job involved and try to get them fired, for the most part, I've always thought to myself, okay, well, that's kind of a bitch move. Like, you shouldn't take it that far. I mean, he's just talk on a video game. If you didn't like what he said, say some shit back, or just ignore him, mute him, whatever. But I think it was, it's kind of lame to go to Twitter and like post a clip and try to expose him. That's kind of always been my mindset most of the time. But now I'm having like a different train of thought. Like I was thinking, like, I kind of get it. I kind of get it now a little bit. Like, listen, sometimes it could be fucking annoying as shit when somebody's just talking shit to you online, right? And they're saying all kinds of crazy shit, and they may be saying some, completely off the wall shit, right? And it's like, there's nothing really you can say back to them. I mean, you're not gonna start saying the type of shit they're saying, and you can't really top what they're saying. You can't really get back at them, and they can say all this shit to you, and there's nothing you can do. Like, how back in the day people used to say, "Oh, you mad? Why you so mad, bro? Why you so mad? Why you getting angry, bro?" And it's like people would say that to others, and like that person had nothing to say back. And when that person did say something back, then they'd be feeding into it, and they just keep asking, "Oh, you mad, bro? You mad, bro?" And they get really angry, and there's nothing they could do. There's nothing they could do back to that person. Well, nowadays there is something you can do. You post that shit on Twitter. You expose them. You can get them fired from their job in certain situations. So there is something you could do. Now, you guys might be saying, well, that's taking it too far. And that's kind of what I always thought. But then at the same time, it's like, hey, well, you started it with talking shit online, and I'm going to finish it. And that's how you clap back at this person. That's how you get back at them. You expose them, on social media. Like, I don't know. I used to think that was kind of like a bitch move, and maybe I still do, but now I'm just having this new thought of like, maybe it's not. Maybe that's 200 IQ. Maybe that's even more ruthless than the things you said in that game too, Like, I don't know. And that's really what I'm getting at here, is like, we say people wouldn't survive an MW2 lobby. Well, would you survive today? Today you can get canceled for shit you say, for shit you've said in the past. If you say the wrong thing in a game, if you say the wrong thing what's a Black Ops Cold War, that's the newest Call of Duty. Would you survive a Cold War lobby? You say the wrong thing with the wrong person in there, they're exposing your ass on social media, and you might get canceled. Could you survive that? Shit, people get swatted nowadays. People get swatted. You might not survive that, quite literally. And even back in the day, I remember when DDoSing started to become a thing, right? People getting smacked offline because of DDoSers, you know? That became like more widespread a little bit after, like about around the MW2 days, but even a little after, you know, DDoSing started to become a thing. And obviously now we have cancel culture and like I said, people swatting is a thing, and it's just like so that I hope you guys get where I'm coming at now. Like that's my train of thought. We talk about, would you even survive an MW2 lobby? Well, aren't things worse now? Like, isn't the real question, could you even survive trash talking in 2021 online? Like, isn't that the real question? Because isn't that more of a daunting task than just being able to say whatever you want with no punishment back in the MW2 days? And now, like, some of you might make the argument that, well, with the MW2 lobbies, all that trash talk and everything, we kept it in the game. We didn't go outside the game. That was all in the game. And you might say, well, all this DDoSing stuff and cancel culture and, you know, swatting and stuff like that, none of that doesn't count. That's going way too far. And you might argue that all those things are a result of people not being able to survive the trash talk that they would have endured in an MW2 lobby. But like, well, for one, I know all the trash talk back in the day during the MW2 days, like, it was all kept, you know, within the game for the most part. But I don't think that was like some type of like gentleman's agreement. Okay, we're just going to keep it to the game, trash talk in the game. We're not going to, you know, we're not going to take it beyond this. No, I think people just stuck to the game, talking shit in the game, was just because that's really, you know, all we had back then. I mean, social media wasn't as prevalent at the time. Cancel culture really wasn't as much of a thing as it is today. Things like DDoSing and social media, cancel culture, and even extreme things like swatting, that all came later. And I believe if the landscape was like it is today, back in the MW2 days, then yeah, I do think it would have gone beyond just MW2. I do think, you know, people would have taken to social media and exposed people for the things they were saying in these MW2 lobbies. It's just that back then we kept it to the game because, you know, we kept it within the game because, you know, the social media wasn't as big back then, and other things as well. And the other point I wanted to make was, yeah, you can say cancel culture and other things are a result of people being soft and not being able to withstand, you know, people saying mean things online. But isn't canceling someone, isn't taking a clip of something somebody said online, going to social media, Twitter, posting it and exposing them, and possibly even taking it further and going to their employer and getting them fired, isn't that like way above just somebody saying mean things online? Like, isn't that more ruthless? Swatting, isn't that even more fucking ruthless and barbaric and crazy than just somebody saying mean things online? So that's where I'm coming from. I feel like MW2 lobby trash talk, like the experience you would have in an MW2 lobby, is like way down here, and the things people do nowadays that we call soft are like really extreme. Like, I know you guys know what I'm getting at, and I don't it's a weird thought, because I don't know. I've always felt, you know, a certain way about this, and now I'm a little conflicted. And you know, a lot of the people that do say, oh, you would never have survived an MW2 lobby and all the trash talk back in the day, a lot of those people are complaining today about the cancel culture. And I guess in their eyes, they feel like that's like not playing by the rules. If you take to Twitter and you try to cancel somebody over things they've said. But I mean, there are no rules. There are no rules. I mean, you talk shit online, and if you've and they're taking it a step further. I mean, they're just playing the game. They're taking that clip of you that they expose you, and I mean, aren't they winning that then? Isn't that them topping the things they topped what you said in one line to them by canceling you, by exposing you? And real quick, I want to say something specifically about cancel culture. You know, a lot of people fucking say they're against cancel culture. Like, you see everyone saying, God, I hate cancel culture, I hate cancel culture, I hate cancel culture. You never see a lot of people defending, yeah, I support cancel culture. It's like everyone hates cancel culture, but like those same fucking people that say they hate it actually support it and try to fucking cancel people. I've seen it so many times. God, I'm tired of cancel culture. And then like the next day they're trying to cancel somebody. It's unfucking believable. When I say I don't support cancel culture, I mean it. Like, maybe there's some exceptions. Off the top, I can't think of any. But when I say I don't support, cancel culture, I mean it. I don't care if this person is ragging on me, saying all kinds of crazy shit. I don't care. Don't cancel the guy. I just don't care. Whatever. Let him say what he wants, and that's it. People with opposing opinions, I don't care. Let them have their platform. I don't want them to be canceled, even if they do have opposing opinions. I want them to have their platform. God, people gotta stop saying they're against cancel culture when they're actually fucking not. That shit's so irritating. But yeah, that's gonna just about do it for this one. These are my new thoughts. I'm conflicted. I don't know how I feel anymore. It's weird to think about things like this, and this wasn't me just trying to have like I wasn't forcing this take just so I could be unique and have a different take than everyone. I mean, because some people do that. Some people will force themselves to have a different take just so they can be different and stand out. No, that's not what this was. This genuinely just came to me a couple hours ago, and I want to know how you guys think about it. Have any of you ever had this thought? Like, people, they prop up these MW2 lobbies like they were the most barbaric things in the world, and like you wouldn't be able to survive them, but the things that go on nowadays are even crazier, are even more ruthless. And the real question is, can you survive trash talking online in 2021? I feel like that's the real question. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about all this. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.